MrBeast, he's been in our screens for many, many years, whether it's counting to 1 million or doing Squid Games recreations. He's also been a part of controversy, and building his empire is something we really want to go into a deep delve into today. And so stay tuned to find out our thoughts on MrBeast.
Do you know what, with Jimmy, aka MrBeast, I do always find that even with a controversy, I think with certain people, you're always going to have like a love-hate relationship. You're never going to please all the people all the time. You can only please some of the people some of the time. It doesn't matter whether he's helping cure people's blindness, cleaning up the oceans, cleaning up cities, towns, helping those less fortunate. You'll always get people pissing and moaning and complaining that he's not doing the right thing. But I think at some point in life, you do enough good where, depending on the level of bad, it almost wipes out whatever controversy that you find yourself in, because he has done that much good stuff in his life now, which is as clear for anyone to see. It is evidence on his YouTube channel of all the people he's helped, all of the things that he's done. So, I mean, even with the controversy, depending on the level of it, and, you know, if it came out Jimmy, aka MrBeast the murderer, and he's the most like
if the Squid Game was real, yeah, he did.
He's a prolific serial killer, then obviously we have to change the general feeling about him. But the man's done that much good stuff. He's helped put smiles on so many faces, and then the actual philanthropy on top of that. I don't really give a shit about the controversy, to be honest, because he's done that much good.
Well, I'm the same. Like, you know, planting trees has been another one. Like the wells that he built in all these like African villages when there was that tsunami or something that destroyed, I think it was Haiti maybe, I can't remember exactly where the place was, but again, he managed to, you know, charter an airplane from, and I can't remember the airline, but and then fill it with food, pallets and pallets and pallets of food, and then just deliver this one like route that they gave him for free, and just feed everyone for like this entire time when this disaster had happened. And it's like you say, he's amazing. I think the controversy tends to surround more his friends and his group that he's surrounded himself with. Not all of them, but some.
That's a lesson in life, though.
Well,
like, the reality is, who you spend your time with, you can become a sum of, and by proxy, if you spend your time with enough of the wrong people, you just get tarnished with the same brush. Again, I go back to, you know, if you're friends with a heinous criminal, somebody's done something terrible, then it don't really matter how much good you do, like you get tarnished with the same brush. That's the reality of it. But going way back, obviously, like you said, he's been on our screens for 15 years plus. It's somebody that has dedicated his entire life to a craft. So going into the detail of how he's built his empire, the reality is he's built it through nothing less than being lucky enough from a young age. I think from the age of 10, 11, 12, he found himself wanting to start and do YouTube, which is a mental thing to think that many years ago, he was so obsessed with wanting to start a YouTube channel, because it just was not the norm. No one was doing YouTube. There was nowhere near as many users as it is now. And a fun fact for everyone, that I think YouTube is, if it can't be first, but second, it's the second most widely used search engine on planet Earth, second to only Google, which is mental to think.
And they own both of them, fully, the same company.
Exactly. So you can see how much control Google has over search terms and searchability.
Yeah.
But YouTube is now, it's the second most search platform. So, or the second biggest platform that people use to search for things on. Because again, nowadays, if you're searching for how to and answers to things, if you want to figure out how to change batteries in a fire alarm, or how to plug a hole in a sink, or how to switch out an oven, or plumbing,
furniture,
plumbing, problems with cars, problems with anything, answers to questions, we as humans now, we want to see the video of it. And YouTube's that great, and it's been going for that long now. It spits out the exact video that you need to help solve your problem, and it's much better than reading a 100-page instruction manual with 40 different languages on, trying to tell you how to change a light bulb. And it's like, well, I just want to see somebody change the light bulb. I don't want to see all this reading and writing. Just show me how to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I had to fit a dishwasher about 3 months ago, and that was an absolute, reading the manual was just a joke. But luckily, again, some genius had thought, oh, I'll put a QR code on there, scan it, and it just took you to a video directly on YouTube that you then just watched. And I still fucked it up, but at least it made it a lot easier. But this is the thing, and I remember some of the videos he was doing years and years ago. And he started off with Call of Duty and things, wasn't it? He was just doing like first-person shooting content with Call of Duty. Then I remember him seeing, like, when he was really young, like saying his mum and dad and had like camcorders and stuff, and they're recording him like a bit like our videos that we have as when we were kids. But you could just see he bred and just loved this whole videographer type, lifestyle that he's then obviously done very well in.
It's very fortunate to be a person to find your passion in life at such a young age. It's a real superpower. Our dad was super fortunate. He loved making things. He loved engineering and manufacturing. And when he was 6, 7, 8 years old, if you start at that young age, going into factories with his dad, who owned a factory at the time, and continued manufacturing throughout his entire existence up till now, even now, he's now got 55 years in the game. And it's safe to say he knows a thing or two. And the time that he's spent, as we've said in other videos, you can always find yourself somewhere amongst these 4 categories of, you can either be average at something, or you can be below average, but let's not worry about them. You can be average, you can be good, you can be great, you can be the best. And by this point in time, Jimmy is the best at YouTube, second to none. Yes, there are channels that might be bigger, and potentially, I'm pretty sure it's always a constant battle between him and some Indian news channel or something, T-series, something crazy.
Yeah,
but he has, without a doubt, found himself in the upper echelon of being like the GOAT of YouTube, and that has come through consistency, dedication, sacrifice, a sheer willingness to just succeed in that one particular niche, which is YouTube. And obviously he started his content with very simple entertainment videos, and just continued to push that narrative. But the real game changer for him, I noticed personally, and it's something that is then echoed across all business landscape. It doesn't matter whether you're in service business, like a SaaS business, service-based business, a B2B business, whether you're working directly with consumers, selling a product, selling a service. The number one rule of business is adding value to people, giving away value. And the more value you can give to a larger number of people, the more successful you will be. And so for MrBeast, when he really started to pop off, I think from what I noticed was when he was doing like giveaway videos.
Yeah. I mean, he gave away a house at one point to some homeless man, didn't he? And it was, I swear he was like, again, like you get them that you just stop at traffic lights and then people will come up like begging for money. And then he saw this guy and he just said, oh, I think he started off with like with a haircut, and then he got him to take like his nails and do all his nails. Then, I mean, it sounds like, nails, but I think the guy's nails were probably that long. But then he just did his makeover, bought him some new clothes, took him to like Nike and wherever, all these Macy's and all these places in America. And then it was like, oh, we'll take you to this house. And then he's like, opened this front door and he's like, oh, you can stay here for a night and whatever. And I think they came back. And then when they would have been saying, all right, you got to leave, but, hopefully this has helped. They said, oh, yeah, just let you know, no, it's yours. And the guy's like, what? He's like, yeah, no, this house, bought it for you. And it's like, what on earth? Could have done it to me, but, either way, it's fine. But no, it's just, again, and I think that video must have got millions of views, and it's like, who else was doing that?
It's just free value to people. I think that's, again, something that people forget about, the power of giving. And it sounds like a selfish endeavor to give expecting a return on it. But the reality is the universe, that whole karma and good energy, and what you put out into the universe is what you get back. It's real. I fully agree. I fully believe that exists. And when you are putting so much good out into the world, people will return that in kind. And that's exactly what he's done with his videos. And obviously, you can say what you want about it. The reality is, I've got my own feeling about this whole virtue signaling that is going on social media at the minute, with so many people putting stories on Instagram and their social media saying, pray for Gaza, pray for Israel, pray for Ukraine, pray for everyone. And I'm like, I get the religious sentiment, but they need a bit more than prayers right now. Go and do something. Go and get off your arse. Don't put something on your Instagram story. Get up, go, help, offer aid, offer support, donate, do something. And there's too few people nowadays that just seem to be so self-righteous and virtuous. It pisses me off, because I just can't be dealing with everybody pretending like they're just God's gift and they're so gracious. It really does my nut in. And then they throw these stones at other people when there's a simple controversy, like with MrBeast, and it's like, oh, he's an evil, manipulative
capitalist.
Yeah, with this whole mindset behind him where he's only doing what he's doing for views and to make money himself. And it's like, on the one side of the coin, I do half see that there is a lot of videos cropping up of people now that are trying to benefit from this small dose of virtue and actions, where they'll the best one. And I've seen now people are getting latched on or catching onto it and starting to create content on it. I've seen a Jack Josie video, some other content creators, where they're walking into restaurants and saying that they want to buy 100 burgers. And the guy behind the till will be like, yeah, $3,000 then, mate. And they'll go, oh, don't you want to ask what the 100 burgers are for? And it's like, because it's for the homeless. You go, that's really nice of you, that is. Yeah, still $3,000 though. And they'll go, wait, you're going to charge us full price? He's like, well, you asked for them. And so they were like, oh, well, we're not going to do it then if we have to pay out all of this money for it. It's no point. Aren't you just going to give it to us for free? And he's like, what? No. So, look, they're taking the piss. The point is that they're joking about the fact that there's this content out there now where people are walking into restaurants, walking into places and overspending on a load of items, to then for the owner to come out and fake this rubbish and say, oh, yeah, look, we're really into helping the homeless. And it's like, you're not. You're just doing it in hopes that this video pops off and you get some clicks and views. But again, on the flip side of that is, you are still, even though it's kind of expecting something in return, you are still helping people, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I know you've given money to like people that have been homeless, and I've given things to people that have been homeless, and it's, it feels good, but you don't do it for that. You do it just to help. But like you're saying, that you can do it in the nefarious way. It's nefarious, but yeah, if you're expecting something in return, it does diminish it a little bit more when you expect something, but you're still helping someone. And I think that with MrBeast, from what I could see and what I can kind of gather, he's just done it off what he thinks, is just going to be a benefit. And I think he does think of the views, because I suppose when I've watched podcasts with him, he's so calculative. Or, yeah, that's the word.
Calculated.
Calculated. He's very calculated on how he does the sort of things that he does. And he's like, oh, I've got to be careful that I've got to get the right camera angle. I mean, that Squid Game episode that he filmed, I think it had the most cameras on that, filming set than any other filming production film or series than anything else in the world. They had like that many cameras. It was like hundreds, which is mad, because they all had to have them on themselves, didn't they, as well? So, he does things in no half measures.
Yeah, but then people discount the entertainment value. Even if you take away the videos that it's helping cure blindness, clean up the oceans, planting trees, all these great things that he's done, giving away cars, giving away things, just the value, just pure entertainment. The amount of people that are out there that need, especially in today's day and age where everyone's struggling mentally, and they need that escape from whatever they're suffering from, and that can be a MrBeast video. So he is offering tremendous value to people by just giving them that escape from their day-to-day, pardon me, that day-to-day suffering that they might be going through. So, and I've seen loads of people, and you can just see it in the comments, and it's really heartwarming to see someone that has put his heart and soul into a project, into something that he wants to do, and see them succeed. And I don't understand why we're in this vilification era now of people wanting to tear everybody else down. Somebody becomes successful, and then it's the first thing is, how do we destroy them? And it's just a bad mindset to have, because successful people don't tend to worry about the success of other people. If they see somebody else, like you said, I'll buy a car, and my friend could go and buy the same car but a newer, better version of it with a bigger engine, and I wouldn't.
Prick.
Yeah, maybe, but I wouldn't be bothered. My first thought would be, I'm so happy for you. I'm honestly, congratulations. I'm honestly so glad that you've bought something that you're going to enjoy and you're going to love. I'm not there going like thinking, oh, what, like, I hope he crashes, this, that, and the other. I'm not bothered about other people and what they're doing. I'm focused on my journey and how I find success. And I think everybody should be a little bit more aware of themselves rather than trying to worry about bringing other people down, sending shit and hate and comments on the internet. Because if you put half the effort that most of these people do into creating, because Joe, what the mad thing is, and it makes me howl anytime
Here we go.
No, but it's true. Anytime you go onto a comment on anybody's social medias, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and you see a negative comment, that comment is never from an account that is active,
got a profile photo,
or isn't private, and they've got 2,000 following, 0 followers, and they've literally just made an account to hate on people. How sad have you got to be to do that? Like, imagine, think of that process, which is a mental thing, by the way, going in, right, create account on Instagram, come up with a username,
I hate the world handle,
sticking it all in, and then creating a new email, new Gmail account, so verify the account, log in, blind avatar, private account, and then just going like, this video shit, you're a vile person, like, you're a horrible, evil person, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, imagine the energy that it takes to do that, and what in your own head. And then the other one, you get these catfish accounts. We're not going to get onto that, but I don't get it.
They're just so well, you see in that show, don't you, Catfish, where the people that then get copped out in the end, and it's like they're just these miserable, horrible people that just hate their own life, and it's like, yeah, well, I've just not been able to get anyone else, and it's like, well, yeah, I mean, you don't accept yourself, so no one else is going to bother.
I just think everybody should, like I said, take that piece of advice on board. Just focus on yourself, because then look at what the wonders that can happen when you do. And MrBeast is a direct example of that. He's someone that focused on one particular area of YouTube, providing really wholesome content, entertaining content to people. And now the great thing about that is, once you've built yourself up a certain level of success in a given field, you can then diversify off and start to do other things. And with what he's done now with his, first of all, I'm sure he's got a philanthropic charity that's probably in his name, but he's got his Feastables, which is crazy. He's got his
beef burger.
He's got Lunchly as well, which he's done. That's with Logan Paul KSI, because it's like a Prime collaboration for it's a new Lunchable, I think is the other one they've got in America. And you can then start to take up all these different markets, because the most valuable piece of currency in today's day and age is attention, second to none. That is the most valuable piece of currency. And I suppose it's akin to time. So people's time's the most valuable currency, but attention is people giving you their time and watching what you're doing. So if you have attention on you, you can convert that into millions and millions and millions of pounds. And that's why you're seeing all these lunatics cropping up nowadays doing absurd content, because they are just desperately trying to claw at people's attention. And you've got multiple ways of trying to do it. Now, garnering attention is quite difficult if you aren't going to do something that most people would perceive to be outrageous. It's a great way of getting attention. Bonnie Blue is a big one at the minute. She's garnering a ton of attention because she's doing outrageous things that people are outraged at, which they should be, because
it's outrageous.
It's more than that. It's a disgrace.
I mean, she's in Ibiza, or was in Ibiza, and then she'd done what's it called in Mexico, and they did spring break.
I think we all know what it is, but
it's
for us, we're looking at trying to garner attention by helping people and offering advice, and that's less. It's less immediate in the return of that, because you have to offer out loads, and some of the great people that we look up to, Paul Mosey's up there, Chris Williamson's up there, those two are absolutely brilliant. Some other, Tony Robbins, a great business coach and mentor. Rob Moore offers some great. We're currently in his studio, so Simon Squib. I feel obliged to say that Simon Squib can go and kick himself in the head. We've done a video about him, so go and watch that if you're confused about that. But yeah, no, I think it's great, and for us, we're looking at offering that value, but we're in an attention economy, and MrBeast has found out how to leverage attention, and now look at him with his, the Feastables chocolate and the attention to detail. He did a really good podcast with Stephen Bartlett, and at the end of that, he gave a real deep dive and breakdown into how obsessive he is when it comes to his products, his brand. In fact, let's just say his brand, because his brand encompasses everything, and that's how obsessed he is, and the attention to detail is incredible. It's so meticulous, like down to the font, the packaging, where it's located on the shelf in the eye line, the color scheme, how legible it all is. Can you see it from afar? How does it look? And he's literally goes into every single shop that stocks his chocolate and makes sure that it's all perfect. And if it's not, how can he improve it? And that's the level of dedication that MrBeast has put into building his empire. And I hate to break it to anyone, because we've done loads of videos on courses, get rich quick, how to build a business, how to build an empire. And the reality is, you don't need to listen to anybody, because you know how to do it. If you want to build an empire, you know how to do it. It's just most people won't want the sacrifice that comes with having to do it. That's the reality.
It's like we've always said, everyone sees the finished product. Everyone's just seen MrBeast as the best YouTuber that's pretty much now ever existed. One of the big, I think he might even have overtaken T-Series now. He's definitely overtaken PewDiePie. I think that was a while ago. But no one's seen, or not many people have seen, like I said, the Call of Duty videos. Most people probably won't know about that. And then all the, even counting to 1 million or whatever he counted to. I'm sure it was 1 million, which, just thinking about that, I'm sure that took a good while. But there's a lot of things that he did in the background that got him to where he is, but no one sees that. It's like, oh, I want to be a YouTuber. Oh, it's going to be easy. And then they start and then quit, because it's like they put out 2 or 3 videos and they didn't go viral. We were lucky. We got one viral one, but it sort of went a bit downhill.
Backfired a little bit, but that's the game, isn't it? That's the game. And again,
attention economy.
As I said earlier, nobody that was commenting hate on that video, I would look at their profile and think to myself, oh, I wish I was them. I'd love to trade places with you, being an absolute pure hater loser on the end of a YouTube comment section. I'm not fussed by it. And that's why hate doesn't bother me. It's water off a duck's back. I don't care what anybody says on these videos, and people say that's arrogant, whatever. I'm not bothered, because I'm not fussed about other people's negativity. It doesn't attach itself to me, because I'm just only focused on, it sounds weird. I'm sure, it's going to be such a nerd moment, this is, but I'm like that sword of Godric Gryffindor in Harry Potter, I am. I only attract that which makes me stronger. That is just an absolute superpower of mine.
I don't know if you pulled that one from out the hat.
Because I don't take shit in. That's good. No, I don't take shit in, and I feel more people should be like that. I think you need to have a basic respect for people that are around you, and I feel like you should very much be cautious of your reputation. You don't want people to think of you as arrogant, selfish, and all these things. I think your reputation is very important, but I don't think you should allow yourself to
be
consumed by other people's opinions. I think it's just a really bad way and a really unhealthy way of living. And I think eventually you get to a point where, again, this is where I'm sure MrBeast is, where, like I said at the start, he's done that much good. When people start giving him shit online for one mistake, of which he's going to make because he's got so much content out there, you know, I made a mistake, or we made a mistake in our first 2 videos, and people were absolutely furious. But again, life's about making those mistakes and learning from them, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, and I respect him, and he's, you know, KSI, another one who's gone through this sort of transition of FIFA videos and boxing, and then where Prime, and then his music and all this sort of stuff. And you know, with MrBeast, I just look in awe, and I'm like, what could I learn from him now? When we're going on about coaches and things, if he did want to come and coach us and, you know, give us any tips, MrBeast, you know, more than welcome. Come on. But he said, and I've watched him say it before when he's been, I think it was on that Stephen Bartlett podcast, where he said he's helped friends and people that he said he knows the recipe to just get viral videos. He just knows. Because I just know what it is in my head. I know how things need to be planned. I know what the topics. I know the this. I know the that. And he goes, I've just got it. I just know what it is.
Just comes with the experience. Though.
Exactly,
it's the same as anything with anyone doing anything. It's like Ronaldo. He doesn't think about how to kick a ball before he kicks it. Tiger Woods don't think about how to swing a golf club before he swings it. It's just the reality of that mastery. And the one that we always think of, it's like driving a car. It's your first time you ever get in one for your first lesson. You're concentrating so much on the pedals, the gearbox, the gear shift, everything that's going on, things that are going on around you, road signs, is it left, is it right, other cars on the road. There's so much till eventually you go through that stage of learning until eventually you get to mastery. Granted, some people still aren't there even after 20 years of driving. Our mum is one of them. Sorry, mum, we love you, but you're not a great driver. And you get to that point of mastery where you travel for an hour and then you get to the destination and you kind of think, how did I get here? Like, you're just on autopilot, especially when you're doing a frequent journey to the same place, to and from work is always a good example. You just think, how have I got home? You don't remember the journey because it's just autopilot.
Is it competency?
Conscious competency.
Yeah, there you go.
So there's that 4 stages of learning. First of all, you're unconsciously incompetent. You don't know what you don't know if you're good or not. Then you become consciously incompetent. You know your shit. Then you become consciously competent, where you know you're good. You're starting to get the ropes of it. And then you're unconsciously competent, where you don't even have to try. You don't have to think about it. It's second nature. You know exactly what you're doing, how to do it, where to do it. And that's where MrBeast's at. So I think with MrBeast, and you can learn from him. And the same thing with anything in life. If you find someone that's doing what you want to do, if you want to become a YouTuber, go and watch MrBeast, but don't watch MrBeast and absorb it for entertainment purposes. Get your notepad out, get a notebook out and a pen and make notes. How is he writing his thumbnails? How is he posting his content? What shorts is he posting? Learn from him, study him. And it's the same with anything in life. If you want to be a good footballer, watch the greats and be coached and look at how they're doing it. And there's nothing wrong with direct imitation, but then eventually, the thing with MrBeast is everyone now is trying to copy the format of MrBeast style videos, but the thing that's authentic, and all the content really now has pretty much been done. I mean, Bonnie Blue comes out with a new sort of 1,000-man gangbang and blows everybody away with some new content.
2,000 gangbangs coming soon.
But the reality is, all that content, every piece of content now in the world has pretty much been done and thought of. There's no real new groundbreaking content that's never been done before. But what's authentic is the individual. What's authentic is us and how we perceive business and our thoughts, opinions, and how we look at things. And then completely directly parallel to that, MrBeast with his videos, it's about him, his personality, and his life. And nobody is better at being MrBeast than MrBeast.
Yeah, and you can't just imitate and copy people, like we said. You've got to just take elements of what works and then add your own flair onto it. What we do, you know, perfect at being the brothers in business.
I don't know. I wouldn't call what you do flair.
Well, you bastard.
How many subscribers has he got now, MrBeast?
I think he's on 200 million now.
200 mil. There you go. Then if you want 200 million subscribers and you feel like starting a YouTube channel, go and watch what MrBeast's doing. What was the other one?
KSI, we said.
No, T2.
Oh, T-Series.
T-Series. Go and watch the people that are at the 200 million and see what they're doing. And if you want to be there in your chosen field, reach out to them. Again, we're business owners. Our business has turned over £25 million in the last 5 years. There are businesses that are turning that over in a week. But decide where you want to be in life and then reach out to the people that are actively doing what you want to do. Like I said, we run a successful company in procurement. We've got a video being released, if not already, about how we run and how we manage our company. If it's something that you're interested in, reach out to us. We've got a website, again, that you can contact us on directly. That'll be in the description below. If you want to reach out to us on social media, everything is at The Brothers in Business. So give us a call, reach out, and if you need anything, we're here to help, and we're not selling you a course. It's all free. We just want to help people. So just like MrBeast, if you need anything, give us a call. Remember though, like, subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.